Welcome to the Clovis Veterans Memorial District's celebration of the 4th of July. It's a little different this year, like everything else has been, but it's no less meaningful, and we hope you just enjoy what comes next as we observe this very special date in our history.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and staff, welcome to the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, where we have been honoring our veterans and serving our community since 1946. I'm Lorenzo Rios, CEO of this great district. The mission of the district is to provide a permanent living memorial honoring U.S. military and veterans, provide facilities and support programs to promote a legacy of service for preserving our communities and country's foundational ideals. We do this by creating opportunities and venues for our community to come together to celebrate the freedoms and opportunities that are provided by the 1% who serve this great nation. It is now my pleasure to introduce Miss Malcolm, a recent high school graduate from Buchanan High, to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join me in saluting the greatest flag of the greatest country in the world. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You just witnessed a beautiful rendition of the national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance. And you might be asking yourself, why do we do this? We don't always take the time to remember the meaning behind these words. And today, as we celebrate 244 years of this great nation, I think it's appropriate we take a moment to think about what these words mean. In the pledge, we salute the flag, a symbol that unites us as one nation, a group of people with a common goal, common heritage, a group of people that come from many places, but have a common goal. Under God, we believe that we are free, and the talents that we have are from God. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, meaning the opportunities that we enjoy are availed to us because we are a free nation. That is what we affirm every time we take this pledge. Today, as we celebrate the 244th birthday of this great nation, I think it is important that we take a moment to review what the Constitution says, or at least let's look at the preamble, which says so much. The preamble is the beginning of the body of work, which says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." You see, our work isn't done. The preamble starts with, "We, the people, to form a more perfect union." So we must strive for a more perfect union, and it is the responsibility of every generation to do their part. It is now more important than ever to remember what a beautiful legacy we have, and it is our responsibility to celebrate what has been handed down to us from our forefathers, whether it be 244 years ago or more recent. We all come together as one nation that is served by the people and for the people. We must never forget that it is our duty to ensure that that which is defended by our service members. As citizens, we do our part by being responsible and engaged in our community. Now, when you hear the Pledge of Allegiance, take a moment to remember what those words mean. Today, we're going to celebrate America's 244th birthday with some wonderful marches, and our community members have come together to share what Independence Day symbolizes to them and some of their favorite memories where they celebrate this great day. Take the time at home to ask yourself, how am I contributing to making our nation great? Not as a political slogan, but as a reality and a duty of every citizen of this great nation. And how do we come together as one nation that's indivisible with liberty and justice for all? Now, sit back and enjoy the program. Although we're not able to celebrate together this year as we would prefer, the Association of the United States Army Band, also known as the Sounds of Freedom, have shared with us recordings of a few of their patriotic marches. First up is Colossus of Columbia. The composer Russell Alexander began his career as a euphonium player and was a successful composer and arranger for the circus and vaudeville. He got his first big break in 1897 when he joined Barnum and Bailey's Greatest Show on Earth. The Colossus of Columbia March reflects Alexander's circus band experience. Dedicated to the Continental Congress in Washington, it is widely believed that the march was written by the lonely composer longing for his homeland. Enjoy. welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that last one. This next one, the Freelance March, taken from Sousa's operetta of the same name, has a lengthy and unorthodox construction when compared with most other Sousa's marches. There are so many spirited march tunes in this operetta that perhaps Sousa felt obligated to include most of them when piecing together the entire march. Actually, there were enough for 2 separate marches. The trio of the march corresponds to the song On the Victory in this operetta, and some editions of the march were published under that title. Enjoy. we have the march entitled Americans We. By 1928, Henry Fillmore was the conductor of his own 24-member professional band in Cincinnati. They performed a very popular series of concerts at the Cincinnati Zoo, a venue conducive to presenting new works. On one such occasion, a new, as yet untitled work premiered to a warm reception and instantaneous success. The work was published in 1929 under the title Americans We, and simply dedicated to all of us.
The Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson with editing by a committee of 5, including Benjamin Franklin and John Adams. Few people are aware that the Declaration of Independence was the foundation for the Constitution of the United States.
We celebrate the 4th of July because that was the day our Declaration of Independence was adopted, written by our forefathers, fought for, and people died for our independence and the freedoms that we enjoy today.
Here's what I love about the 4th of July. It gives us an opportunity to remember what the Declaration of Independence was all about and what our founders were bequeathing to us. I call the Declaration of Independence the poetry of our freedom and our liberties, and our Constitution is the contract that guarantees that the poetry is real. And it's been a magnificent experiment in free people and a free society governing themselves with representative government.
It is important to remember the words of the Declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident. that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I would encourage you on this July 4th to read the whole Declaration. You will learn quite a bit.
The United States flag is a symbol of freedom, respect, and honor. We proudly recite the Pledge of Allegiance to our great flag of the United States as an expression of unity and patriotism.
I think most people really understand what the flag symbolizes. They talk about the 13 stripes and the 50 stars that represent our states, but I think when you actually see a flag-draped coffin of an American service member, you truly begin to understand the sacrifices required to not only build this nation, but also to maintain its strength.
So to me, the U.S. flag is symbolic of all those that are currently serving, have served, or paid the ultimate price for our freedoms that we have in this great country today and in this great town.
My favorite 4th of July memory is, I think back working patrol as a deputy sheriff in Fresno County. And I was working one swing shift, and I was working on the west side of Fresno County. And I drove up into the coastal range, the Coalinga Hills, because I knew I'd have a great vantage point from there. And what I wanted to see was the fireworks from all over 2 counties. I was able to see, when it got dark, firework displays all over Fresno County as well as Kings County. And it was a time of reflection to me as I sat outside the patrol car and I watched these displays go on and reminded the greatness of our country, why we need to celebrate, and why we still need to thank the men and women serving in our armed forces that continue to fight to uphold our freedoms.
My favorite memory of 4th of July in Clovis would have to go back, and I can tell you the year. It was 1976, the 200-year celebration of the 4th of July. Some city leaders and community leaders said, we need to do something special on this date. And it was the first time that all of the clubs and organizations came together and put on a Freedom Fest over at La Monica Stadium at Clovis High School. And it was a big, big deal and a big success, and it kind of set the standard for celebrations that have come since.
Happy Independence Day.
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 Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day.
Well, our program has come to an end, and we hope that you've enjoyed yourself. On behalf of everyone here at the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, we wish you a very happy 4th of July. As you celebrate this Independence Day with your families, we ask that you remember the service members and their families who serve and sacrifice for our freedoms. The freedoms we enjoy come at the price of the 1% that continue to serve this great nation. This great nation is celebrating 244 years and still going strong. Please visit our website at www.cvmdistrict.org for activities for your families to enjoy and to follow along with our story. Thank you for joining us. God bless you, and God bless America.